If you're a cyclist and have cycled on the San Juan Creek Bike Trail, you are undoubtedly familiar with this little birdhouse village in San Juan Capistrano, California. About 10 years ago, a local resident, at the urging of his granddaughter, planted a little birdhouse right here on this very spot along the bike trail. Well, a few days later, another birdhouse popped up, then another, and another. And before you knew it, a village of about 200 birdhouses sprung up, where little birds can stop by for a snack, a little rest, and watch the cyclists go whizzing by. And that's where our little story begins. During their recent ride, Gavilan residents Don Dutton and Hesh Lenski were passing by the little birdhouse village when suddenly something very unusual caught Don's eye.
Hey, did you see that?
See what?
In the window of that birdhouse back there.
What about it? Wait up! What did you see?
Hello, boys.
Tom?
I thought that was you riding by.
What are you doing in there?
I'm having a nice cup of tea and enjoying the view. What's it look like? Hey, how was your bike ride?
Fine. But how did you get in there?
I walked in through the front door. How else?
The front door? Tom, you do know you're inside of a birdhouse, right?
Of course.
But why a birdhouse?
Well, you've heard how popular those tiny houses are these days.
Yeah?
Well, this is the next big thing. The teeny, tiny houses.
Okay, fine. But how did you get inside the birdhouse?
I told you, through the front door.
I know the front door, but how did you get small enough to get through it?
Well, my neighbor showed me how to do it.
Your neighbor? Who's your neighbor?
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, Tom? Oh, hi, guys.
Hey, Carl. Tom said you figured out how to get inside the birdhouse.
Yeah, how'd you do it?
Well, I've always had an affinity for birdhouses. My last name is Swallow, remember?
Okay, you're a swallow. But how did you shrink yourself and Tom to get in there?
Well, I read about the shrinking potion in a Harry Potter book, where a wizard carried an entire herd of pigs in his pocket after he shrunk them.
Yeah, I read that too. So what?
So I figured if the shrinking potion can shrink a herd of pigs, it should have the same effect on me and Tom.
So, what's in the shrinking potion?
Well, I forgot. Tom, what are those ingredients again?
Well, the ingredients are minced daisy roots, peeled shriveled fig, sliced caterpillars, 1 rat spleen, a dash of leech juice, a splash of cowbane, wormwood, and voila! Here we are in the birdhouse.
Wow, that's amazing.
So, how is it living in a teeny tiny birdhouse, Tom?
Well, to be perfectly honest, I think it's for the birds.
Well, if you thought that's the end of our little story, you are sadly mistaken.
I know that the move to the teeny tiny houses may sound a little bizarre, but believe me when I tell you, it's real. Seriously, we already formed a teeny tiny dancing divas group here.
It's taking over, there's no escape. Over your shoulder, don't look away.
Not to mention the teeny tiny Cougar Alley. Right, Bee? Oh, yeah. And we are already planning our very first teeny tiny Halloween party. It is going to be a pirate theme.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah?
I think you gave me the wrong potion.
Oops.